For 6 years, I worked extra shifts and sacrificed everything to put my husband through medical school. The day he graduated, he asked for a divorce. He looked me in the eye and said, "Your simplicity disgusts me. You're no longer worthy of me." I cried all the way to the courthouse. Then during the divorce hearing, I handed the judge a sealed envelope. The judge read the first page, looked at my husband, and suddenly burst out laughing. His lawyer stood up first and buttoned his jacket like he was on television. He told the court I had contributed nothing to my husband's career. He used the phrase low-skill employment 3 times. He listed my jobs like they were evidence against me: cashier, waitress, office cleaner. And then he offered me $1,000 a month for 2 years and called it more than generous. My husband nodded along in a suit that cost more than I made in a month. His new girlfriend smiled from the second row in a white designer suit. I kept my hands folded in my lap and said nothing because my best friend, who was also my lawyer, had told me to wait. We got married at 20 and 22 in a courthouse because a real wedding cost money we didn't have. 2 months into his first year of medical school, we sat at our kitchen table with the bills spread out between us and did the math 4 times. It never worked. So I withdrew from college on a Tuesday and started full-time at the grocery store that Friday. Then I added weekend shifts at a diner. By his second year, I was cleaning offices at night, 8 to midnight, 4 days a week. Some weeks, my tips alone covered his textbooks. 1 anatomy book cost more than my share of the rent. 3 jobs, 4 hours of sleep. My hands cracked from the cleaning chemicals and never really healed. His third year almost ended everything. His student loans came up short, and tuition was due in 3 weeks. $45,000 we did not have. He sat at that same kitchen table and cried into his hands, saying it was over, saying he would have to drop out. So I went to the bank alone and took out a personal loan in my name only. My credit, my risk, my signature. When I slid the paperwork across the table, he grabbed a napkin from the holder, scribbled 2 sentences on it, signed it, and dated it. He was crying while he wrote. I didn't think of it as a legal document. I thought of it as a love letter. I pressed it flat inside our photo album, and over 4 years, I forgot it was there. He forgot it ever existed. The forgetting spread. By his last year, he stopped saying thank you when I handed him money for textbooks. He started sleeping in the spare room because my 5 a.m. alarm disturbed his studying. He stopped inviting me to school events and started mentioning how impressive his classmates' wives were. On our anniversary, I cooked his favorite dinner and watched the candles burn down to nothing while he networked at a restaurant I couldn't pronounce. At his graduation reception, he introduced me to his colleagues without touching me, and when I said I had a diner shift that night, he looked relieved. 3 weeks later, he had a $200,000 hospital job, a leased German car, and a new vocabulary. Simple, small-minded. Beneath, the divorce papers offered me $15,000 and the right to keep my own clothes. My best friend took my case for free.